So, hey, man, tell me this. I know you're up there in Tulsa covering the Sooners, working for OU 247. How long you been covering the Sooners, bro?
About 3 years. 2017, I got on a piece of cardio equipment called a step mill, and I made a video about Baker Mayfield planting a flag. It got a little bit of traction. My buddies asked me to do more of it, and from there comes 247, comes the radio spots, comes the radio show, and now I'm here.
Man, that's awesome, bro. I've loved sports radio my whole life, and that's the dream right there. You're living the dream, bro. It's got to be fun.
Man, it's like beef jerky. It's like we're chewing on stuff that we'll never get in it, like a solution out of. It's like, wait a second, who's better, Roger Clemens or the kid I played against in third grade? And then you make an argument for the kid that you played against in third grade.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, okay. No, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and that's what I love most about it. It's arguing.
Good deal. Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, let's start with this. Let's try to find some common ground here. Can we both agree that regardless of who wins the game on Saturday, the winner of the Big 12's got to get in over Utah, right?
I think we can, because the argument that I'm seeing is that Utah has been more dominant in its wins and a weaker schedule. And the argument against Baylor would be, hey, you needed some squeakers here and there. Argument against Oklahoma is that you got beat by a Kansas State team on the road, and you've also needed some squeakers here and there. But I would tend to think so. The only argument that I would see for Utah is if they absolutely housed Oregon, like 59-0, kind of like that Ohio State team did Wisconsin a few years back to get in. But seeing as I don't think that's on the table, all things being equal, yeah, absolutely. Oklahoma or Baylor, winner of the Big 12 championship game, should be in ahead of a Utah team that barely beats an Oregon team, say the score's 24-17. That's not going to wow anybody, right?
Sure, and I mean, I think we're all hoping Oregon just wins and makes this easy, right? But
100%.
If you're just looking at the resumes, Baylor and Oklahoma both have better wins than Utah to this point, and Utah's loss to USC, I might argue, is even worse than that loss to Kansas State, right?
100%. I mean, because people are talking about Matthew Fink being the third-string quarterback to beat Utah. Nah, dog. He's the fourth-string quarterback. Jack Sears went into the transfer portal in August after he lost the four-man competition to JT Daniels. He's going to play his college football at Fresno State. So Matthew Fink was at the bottom. Like, he was backing up the scout team quarterback. And then he comes off the bench to go for 351 and 3 tutties against Utah. Torches them. Michael Pittman has 10 catches for 232 yards receiving in that game. I don't understand how that win is worth more, or I should say the loss is worth more than the one that Kansas State gave to Oklahoma, or certainly the one that Oklahoma gave to Baylor. I mean, I guess you could argue semantics about having a 25-point lead, or that Kansas State team finished 7-5, to which would be like, yo, Utah's best wins are against 7-5 teams. So what are you talking about?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Hey, so tell me this, man, as we're looking at the matchup between Baylor and Oklahoma, what to you is the biggest storyline or the biggest thing you are watching for as we go into this matchup on Saturday? What's the big storyline for you?
Obviously, it's going to be Bravion Roy and James Lynch up front. Can they do what they did in the first half against Baylor for an entire game? And then how is Baylor going to handle this game? Because I think the crowd energy at Waco, at McLean Stadium was so good, and they fed off of that in the first half. That ain't going to be what it is at AT&T Stadium. The joke that I tell, and forgive me here, but look, we got this annual tradition in the Big 12 where for the last 5 years, the first loser in the conference hands Oklahoma the trophy. So at AT&T Stadium, it feels as if it's Owen Field South, because they have not gone in there and lost in it's been, a bottom administration? So that I think OU has in spades, but if Baylor doesn't feel cowed by that, and it doesn't feel cowed by having 3/4 of the stadium, I think is probably going to end up being red, then I think you're okay. I mean, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. When you go to the game, please take count of how many people are wearing red and how many people are wearing green, and what you feel that gives a team or doesn't.
Sure, I can do that for you. I'll shoot you a picture.
There you go. That a boy. I'm going to be in radio press box, so.
Okay, so you'll be there too. All right, good deal.
100%.
We can chat about it, though. Hey, well, let's talk about this. You talked about James Lynch and Bravion Roy. James Lynch obviously just won Defensive Player of the Year in the conference this week.
Yes.
What those guys were able to do so well against Jalen Hurts was make him put the ball on the ground.
And I fear that they're going to do it again because my man Jalen loves to put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a different color jersey or not, if you're Baylor Bears or if you're the Texas Christian Horned Frogs or the Iowa State Cyclones, he's going to put the ball on the ground. Now, I think when we're talking about Bravion Roy, is he going to be able to beat up Creed Humphrey? Because I think outside of OU land, it gets missed that Creed Humphrey was being projected as the best interior offensive lineman in this 2020 draft class, and he hasn't exactly played up to that billing this year. He's shared co-offensive player of the year with another player this year whom I'm just blanking on. But the idea that James Lynch is able to eat up R.J. Proctor on the left tackle, yeah, there's something to that. Because left tackle has been right. No, seriously. Like he's that good, and it's been the weakest position for Oklahoma's offensive line. You've wanted Eric Swinson to do it. You wanted R.J. Proctor to do it. R.J. Proctor's been penalty prone. Eric Swinson just gets beat, and James Lynch just eats. So I'm going to watch that guy as closely as I'm going to watch anybody else. I get that the comp that people are making is J.J. Watt down at Houston, and I could see that, but he might have better hands. We'll see. JJ might have better get off, but he's got better hands.
That's a fine compliment you're giving to Lynch there.
Hey, man, he can play. I give him out to the kids that can play. First Class Heat and Air LLC is a family-owned HVAC business owned and operated in Tulsa, Oklahoma. First Class Heat and Air LLC gladly services northeastern Oklahoma. Give my man Lee a call at 918-606-1537. That's First Class Heat and Air LLC. Give Lee a call, 918-606-1537. Tell him RJ sent you.